CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The city of Denver is in full. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Porter is out there with Harrison, and it's Gordon in at the 3 slot.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Lillard with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. And a wide open look for McCollum. Hits it from 3-point range. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
McCollum outside. Pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Ball's knocked loose. Millsap with the steal. One-on-one here. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Here's Millsap. Jokic trying to free himself up. Good D by Covington. Porter against McCollum. And the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
And it's encouraging whenever McCollum scores inside, proving that he's more than just a jump shoot.
Outside, Porter. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Lillard outside. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. Again, the Trailblazers score. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Harrison. There's the pass to Gordon. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
Now, here's Lillard. Defense is right there. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Both teams will make substitutions. And now, let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
To the paint, Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Pass to Rivers. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Jokic. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Offline with his 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Green comes in for Paul Millsap. Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. Pass to Gordon. And McGee kicks to Green. Kicks it out to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Back to Green. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Outside Gordon. They kick it out to Green. Over to the left wing. McGee against Cancer. And the slam dunk by McGee.
No, that's just too easy for McGee. I mean, the minute he establishes position in this area, the defense is done.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Simons, the pass to Anthony. Over Rivers. Shooting foul as the whip. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Campazzo. Off target from outside. Unable to get that one. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
Michael Porter's out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. And there's JaVale McGee. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No. That is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's Bull following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Jones. Covington with the steal. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Now here's McCollum. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Feeds it to Bull.
And like his father, Manu, Bull's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Trailblazers leading by 8. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. Lillard attacking Covington. It's deflected.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
So both teams changing it up here. Rivers passes to Jokic. Powell with the steal. Pushing it up. Here's Simons. Out to Anthony. Beyond the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Cantor with it. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. That's a 2 from Powell. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Here's Simons. Out to Anthony. Over Millsap. Anthony dishes to Cantor. 6 to shoot. Unloads. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Here's Millsap. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And the play succeeds because Millsap comes to the court hungry. He chases down boards and second chance opportunities.
Knocks down the 3 ball. Powell's got 5 now.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Rivers against Powell. Rivers can't get it to go.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that anyway.
Anthony taking his time here. Powell for 3. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Nuggets trail by 9. Millsap finds Porter. Gets a hand on it, and Cantor pulls it down. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Jones the pass to Powell. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Powell's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
The pass to Porter. An easy 2 points on the layup. He's got 6.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Outside Anthony. It's Rivers on the wing. Here's Jokic. Banked in off the glass.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Portland shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. And the first one at the line is good. He doesn't get the second one, and so that brings the first half to a close.
Thanks.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that does it for our...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Porter. Porter's got 8 points.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And here's McCollum. 12 points for him. That shot wide open. He's got 7. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Nurkic. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Lillard surveying the D. Good.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
The Nuggets trail by 10. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Harrison kicks to Gordon. That one drops for him.
And the coaching staff wants Gordon to keep taking those. It's only going to help him get better.
Now Lillard. He's got 9. McCollum passes to Lillard. From deep. McCollum, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Here's Jokic. 10 points for him. And Green slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Now, here's Lillard. It's stolen by Green. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Gordon's running. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's McCollum. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 6-point game. And it's sent back by Lillard. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game for the Nuggets. JaVale McGee comes in for Jokic. And it's Rivers in for Shaquille Harrison. Cantor checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Now here's Cantor. Knocked away. Stolen by McGee. McCollum against Rivers. Green dishes to McGee. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night. A good look for McCollum. That shot no good. And Denver the other way now.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. Outside Gordon. A three-pointer, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8. And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Enes Kanter.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
50 seconds left to play in the third. Campazzo lays it up and banks it in.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. McCollum outside, fires the three. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
And that gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Pass to Gordon. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they double up Gordon. And the layup's good off the glass. Gordon's got 6.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Lillard outside. He got it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've got... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great vision. He's a gifted passer. Has his finger on the pulse of this offense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. We've got Paul Millsap. JaVale McGee is out there with Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Clock at 6. Green, the pass to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Pass to Anthony. Here's Simons. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Takes it from 10, kicks it to McGee. Green, it's good on the putback.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Trailblazers leading by 5. It's Powell on the wing. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Three-pointer, cans it from downtown.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Outside, Green. Campazzo. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Passes it to Simons. Here's Jones, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That free throw, no good.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. The Nuggets making a switch here. Bowles checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Kanter. And Harry Giles subbed in for Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Campazzo. And Jones pulls it down.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Here's Giles. Millsap covering. Giles, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Here's Bull. Nice move. And he sinks the layup.
And Millsap is a team player. Someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons.
When Lillard goes to work in the screen and roll, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you pretty much pick your poison with him in these sets.
The pass to Bull. In the corner, it's Morris. Bull with it. Covington's there. Bull can't hit.
And not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Nobody near Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
I like watching Lillard shoot when he's in rhythm. He's superb at switching from dribbling to shooting in the blink of an eye.
Morris against McCollum. Here's Jokic. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 11.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seems.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort. One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Now, here's Lillard from deep three-point range, and Bull pulls it down.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
McCollum with the ball. Lillard outside. Harrison with the rebound. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And that's going to be a travel. Here's Simons from deep. And so it's Portland winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Gordon out there with Bol. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Porter. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Here's Zubats. Passes it to Beverly. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Gordon. Got it. Good job in the low post. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. You know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Jokic, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Porter, no luck.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Beverly, the pass to George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Paul George more and more comfortable at creating some offense for himself using the bounce.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Back to Jokic. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, the skill set is there. Jokic, very tough cover for a lot of centers in the league because of how unique he is.
Beverly, the pass to Zubats. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard kicks to Beverly. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Here's Bowl. That one, no good. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubats. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Denver also making some changes. Paul Millsap is checked in for Bowl. And it's Harrison in for Porter. And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And the dunk by Jackson.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, what a complete center.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Campazzo drains it from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's Rondo. Pass to Kennard. And stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Harrison. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got his second bucket.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Outside Jackson. He kicks it to Rondo. Cousins inside. Buries the 7-footer.
Such a power player is Cousins. Fantastic. Fighting his way through whatever kind of challenge the defense wants to throw at him.
Outside Gordon. The shot from the low post is good. Gordon's got 6. Clippers trail by 4. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Green against Jackson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Dishes it to Gordon. And the pass to Millsap. Puts one up from 19. Cousins pulls it in.
I saw a green light there. He's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Kennard on the wing. And again, no good by the Clippers. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a... Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise? And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Morris. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Mann. He dishes it to Batum. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Here's Morris, got a piece of it. Rivers against Batum. Clippers moving the ball around. Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. Rebound by the Nuggets.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
I see him.
McGee against Kennard. McGee's shot is off. The Clippers shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Mann passes to Jackson. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Takes a three. And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Denver, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Bull. Here's Morris. Missed inside. And that's a foul called on Bull. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Jackson. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Pass to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Jackson.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Gordon comes in for Porter. Morris passes to Jokic. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Morris against McGee. Makes it off the glass. McGee's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside Leonard for the three. Offensive rebound.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Morris kicks to Rivers. 50 seconds left here in the second. And the rejection by Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's Gordon missing. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Outside Leonard. Out to Morris. Again the miss by Morris. Rivers against Leonard. There's the lob to the hoop, and it's McGee with the jam.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
The deep three from George. No good on the quick three.
And that was a little bit of a...
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. We'll see you back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends of the floor. And that'll...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Porter with it. George picks him up for the lead. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And Los Angeles guys shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. The shot by George, wide open. Sinks the triple. George has got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Porter looking it over. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And last season, Marcus Morris's name, one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Denver with a change here, too. Millsap's checked in. Morris passes to Zubats. Nobody near Leonard. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Passes it to Millsap. Outside Porter. Lock at 6. Here's Gordon. And the rejection by Zubac. Morris finds Leonard. Over Gordon. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's Millsap with the drive. He gets it in there. Millsap's got his first points of the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Rondo dishes to George. Inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley comes in for Rajon Rondo. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Harrison comes in for Michael Porter. Campazzo, defended by Beverley. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Leonard. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Leonard's got 5 points so far. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Campazzo, defended by Beverley. Here's Green. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Denver making a switch here. That's good from Green. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts of maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Batum with the steal. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Jokic, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. The Nuggets trail by 6. Pass to Jokic. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Jokic draws the double. Back to Rivers. Jokic kicks to Harrison. Denver passing it around. Lets it go from 14. Will not go. This is off the front iron. 6 feet out. No good from Cousins. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Beverley wide open. Green with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 6. And Rivers with the basket on the assist by Jokic.
Like that he gets out and runs that time. That's well within the wheelhouse of Austin Rivers, finishing on the break.
27 seconds left here in the third quarter. The pass to Cousins. Back to Beverley. Kicks it to Cousins. Clock at 4. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Harrison. Kennard covering. It's good. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
Jokic and body control. Man, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Out to the wing. Here's the three. No good on that one. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers lead by 2. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. Cole is out there with Green, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers, and it's Harrison in at the shooting guard.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Rondo passes to Batum. Back to Rondo. 6 to shoot. Kennard on the wing. Over Green. Kennard's shot is off. Denver shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Harrison at the elbow. Jokic to take the lead. And the basket is good. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Kennard. And it's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. And a switcher also for Denver. Porter's checked in for Green. Over to the wing. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. The Clippers shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. And it's Gordon missing. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Passes it to Bull. Porter in the corner. Down low. And it's Bull that time on the assist from Porter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
George looking over the floor. To take the lead. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Clippers lead by 1.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Pass to Jokic. To the inside. Campazzo. And foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on. And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee comes in for Jokic. And Paul Millsap is subbed in for Porter. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lue as he talked with the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. McGee with the block, and they're able to recover. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a two-point ball game.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Outside Jackson, back to George. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter of this one. The three. And it's Denver with the rebound. Left side, Gordon. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. The feed to McGee.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, George. Left side, Leonard. Launches a three. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backcourt.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Campazzo, it's good!
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And George kicks to Leonard, takes a three. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally and David.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 slot. Now, here is Morris. 5 to shoot. A nice shot by George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Now, here's Lillard. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
To the middle, it's deflected. George finds Morris. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Zubac against Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. So it's the Clippers now. Here's Morris. And he banks in the layup.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Lillard up top. The Clippers grab the miss.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now, here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Beverley. They get it again. Covington passes to Lillard. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris finds George. Back to Morris. Pass to George. Just 3 to shoot. Offline from the high post. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's McCollum. Pulls it from the elbow. Kanter. And Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Here's Leonard. 5 points in the game. Kicks to Batum. Back to Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Now Kennard. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
exploding to the rim. Luke Kennard slams it in. His offensive energy is a difference maker.
Outside, Jones. Back to McCollum. Jones, the pass to Canner. To the right side. Simons. It's good. This game is all even.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Pass to Kennard. There's the three. No good that time. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jones kicks to McCollum. Pass to Simons. Over Rondo. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all tied in Portland. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Simons, throws it up high, and Jones slams it home.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And here's Jackson. And there's the pass to Kennard. He can't get that one, and it's Portland the other way.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
The shot by Powell, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Kennard, the pass to man. Over Jones. And Jones sends it back. Powell with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kennard, the pass to Batum, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Portland leading. A solo fast break. Pushes it down to finish the break.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now, here's Kennard. Now the dish to Cousins. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Hey, you're not going to out-muscle Cousins. He converts through contact as well as anyone.
Outside Anthony. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to Powell. His 3-pointers off the mark. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Now George. after the missed three from Damian Lillard. Left side, George. Good work there as it goes.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Now here's Lillard. They need this. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Passes to Leonard. Nurkic with the block. And here's the fast break. McCollum kicks to Covington.
And you don't ever.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Leonard and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
McCollum outside. Launches it. The Trailblazers rebound. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard finds McCollum. 32 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Lillard. Lets it go with the three. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Pass to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Leonard's got 11 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Nurkic. Over in the corner, Lillard. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the team. And that's a...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Nurkic the pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's Lillard, top of the key. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. He's got 10.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
And it's George missing. Portland trailing here. McCollum outside. Covington passes to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. George, no good.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Lillard finds McCollum. Out left to the wing. Four on the clock. Here's Covington, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. The Clippers also changing it up. Mand's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Rondo scanning the floor, and they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. Jones comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for McCollum.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's George. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Filing to try and stop the shot, but PG-13 with terrific body control makes them pay.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
The pass to Simons. Now Anthony. Lillard outside. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Jones dishes to Kanter. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. Some solid defense from Lillard.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Beyond the arc. George against Anthony. Lillard outside. Back to Anthony. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishes.
Rondo passes to George. Back to Rondo. For 3. It's good from long range. Rondo's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Tips it, and it's put back up and in by Rondo. Rondo's got 5 now.
Rondo is a clever player, recognizing how to track down second chance opportunities.
Here's Lillard. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers leading by 8. Morris passes to Mann. Jacks up a 3. That one doesn't go. Portland's gotten blanked from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Here's George. And it's Portland with the rebound. Anthony's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Anthony with the block. They retain possession, and Cousins gets it to go. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Anthony left side. Outside, Jones. That one, no good. Nice D from Cousins. Here's George. And Jones sends it back. They recover it. Passes it to George. And it goes down 2 points.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers ahead. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Rajon Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the three. Hollis Jefferson, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. A different look for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Jackson looking it over. The shot's good.
That quick burst off the pick allows Jackson to separate and get the look he wants.
Pass to Simons. Anthony up on top. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Bucket is good.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite, a big asset off the dribble.
It's Powell on the wing. Kennard covering. Pass to Simons. Back to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. They get it back.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Clippers leading by 7. There's the pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Shoots over Cantor. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Shooting for Portland,
And the first one drops. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Down low. And Covington sends it back. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Here's Beverly. Outside, Batum misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Batum against McCollum. Leonard inside. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Covington's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Gets the bucket and the foul.
That's good.
That one on George.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. The lead is 2. And George, here we go. Count it.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. No good from outside. Clippers leading by 4. Here's George. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. McCollum with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Here's Lillard. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Leonard. That ball, nice speed that time from George. George has got 6 assists now in the game. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Now, here's Lillard. A 3-ball. Shot clock at 6. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's an 8-point Clipper lead.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Covington with it, covered by Morris. Lillard outside. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Now George. To the wing on the left. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul.
It counts.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
From deep 3-point range. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For our The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker room. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then it's Porter. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. The Nuggets shooting their first foul shot of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort. A self-described country boy from the town of Samba, Serbia, Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Now here's McCollum. And here's Rivers. Count that one. Here's Lillard. The dish to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Pass to McCollum. Clock at 6. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Now here's Rivers. Here's Porter. And it's Denver scoring again.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Here's McCollum. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Rivers. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's Nurkic. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And good that time.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
Now the pass to Jokic. The tray. That one's not going to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. It's deflected.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Here's McCollum. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
1:56 left here in the opening quarter. Rivers looking over the floor. Pass to Jokic. He feeds it to Porter. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 1. Porter with it. Now defended by McCollum. And finished off by Porter.
Hey, when you look at Jokic, forget about calling him a good passing big man. He's a great passer, period.
There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Porter. Lillard misses. Denver leading by 3. Rivers passes to Bull, taken away by Anthony. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And it's Lillard missing.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Lillard outside. It's good. Lillard's got 6 points.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Lillard throws it down.
Ever the opportunist, McCollum probing for a weakness, finds one and exploits it.
Rivers against Lillard. Now here's Rivers. Pass to Bull. Shoots from 14. And he beats the buzzer. Wow! And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nuggets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Monte Morris, Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Harrison in at the 2 guard. Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think we're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Giles. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Now Cantor. Kicks it out to Jones. Shot clock at 5. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Powell, no one around him. No good on the quick three.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hyundai Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Norman Powell. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Harrison. Right side, Porter. Back to Harrison. Three-pointer. But he stays with it. Floats it up for Millsap. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
And here are the Trailblazers now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. The pass to Simons. Lillard from outside. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
To stop the run. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid. He's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take them to another level for sure.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Simons, the pass to Powell. 1:35 left now here in the second. Giles kicks to Powell. Trailblazers keep it alive. Back to Giles. 6 to shoot. Here's Simons. Back to Cantor. Jones, the pass to Giles. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Cantor over Millsap. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Green breaking loose. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
From 15 feet away, the shot by Powell, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Denver, Jokic has checked in for Millsap. Bol comes in for JaMychal Green, and it's Rivers in for Shaquille Harrison. Back to Covington. To end the drought. Feeds it to Nurkic. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Gordon. Up again, and Porter putting it right back in. Porter's got the lead up to 5 now for Denver.
Always good to see the young fella Porter.
Oh, what a shot! The rain from deep.
Here's Rivers, and that one released in time, but no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nuggets lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, first half in the books.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Big-time play throughout the first half for Michael Porter. He had 14 points, 5 rebounds. And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And the dunk by Bol.
Well, you got to be on guard when Jokic is in the area now. He's adept at reading defenses and going after steals.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Denver, JaVale McGee comes in for Bol. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Michael Porter.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability, making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Up top, Rivers. He has 6. It's good. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Rivers against Lillard. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Takes it from 10. Nurkic, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Rivers kicks to Millsap. Jokic trying to free himself up. Offline with his 3.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Passes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Baseline try. They get it back. Jokic on the follow. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lillard from deep three-point land. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. For Denver, they've gone 4-6 from the field since the start of the third. Nurkic with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon comes in for Paul Millsap. McCollum, no good. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And that one is good. 10 points for Austin Rivers.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
McCollum against Jokic. Goes up the baseline, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 6.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Left side, Gordon. Rivers against Cantor, and he comes up with the deuce. He's got 7.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Inside, here's Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Cantor's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Rivers against McCollum. Green breaking loose. That shot off. Now Portland takes it the other way. And Cantor now top the key. Trailblazers moving the ball around. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Jokic showing you the benefits of that work in the weight room. Muscling right through the defender.
The Nuggets shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. 9 seconds left in the third. Here's Simons. Here the three-point line, it's McCollum. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Nuggets on top. They're up by 3. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Green. Michael Porter's out there with Rivers. Then there's Bull. And it's Gordon in at the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 3. Powell for 3. Good on the triple.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Then jammed down, and he goes right on top of Aaron Gordon.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Pass to Simons. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss, and Kent are able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Here's Rivers. That's his sixth field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Powell against Porter. Powell, the pass to Cantor. Back to Powell. Clock at 4. No good that time.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
Jokic with it. Lillard picks him up. Here's Gordon. It counts. And the foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Michael Porter.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. After you guys.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possessions.
1:46 left in the fourth. And it's Lillard missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that. Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. 17-foot shot on the way. Again, the miss by Lillard. The Nuggets leading by 4. Porter in the corner. Count the basket.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter outstanding at taking over here in the clutch.
Now here's Hollis Jefferson, guarded by Porter. Shoots from the right block. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfect.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Jokic.
Boy, he just keeps coming at you. Hollis Jefferson, so energetic.
He hits both from the stripe. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Portland no good that time either. Porter looking it over. Basket good.
And it's just competing. And, you know, giving your best when it matters.
It's the NBA on 2. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's George in at the shooting guard. And for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Austin Rivers. Then there's Bull. Then it's Aaron Gordon, and it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And there it is for him. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, get with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles. In some ways, that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Here's Rivers. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Rivers plays with a chip on his shoulder, and that time driving right through contact.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. Here's Morris. And Bull pulls it down.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Beverly dishes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
And here's Rivers. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. It's stolen by Morris. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Rivers scanning the floor. Passes it to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Outside, George. Shot from free throw range. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Now Rivers. And the pass to Jokic. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Shaquille Harris comes in for Porter. Now, here's Jokic. He's tightly guarded. Gordon with no one around. Kept alive. Jokic on the follow.
Yeah, Jokic in a smart place there. Collects the offensive rebound. Very alert and cleans up the mess.
Rondo with it. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. 6 on the shot clock. And finished off by Leonard.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And the call, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Morris inside. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Denver on top. They're up. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got JaVale McGee. Green is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Harrison in at the 1.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Batum passes to Jackson. To the inside. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Just 4 to shoot. A second chance effort. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Denver in the lead. Here's Harrison. No points in the game yet for him. And yes, it's good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Pass to Cousins. He feeds it to Batum. 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the elbow. Jackson missing again.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop. And it's good, 2 points.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Najee passes to Porter. Count that one.
And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
Clippers trail by 3. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. And here's Rivers. Passes it to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Bull. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Jackson passes to Kennard. There's the feed to Batum. And Bull pulls it down.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
A different look for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Millsap. And Monte Morris subbed in for Michael Porter. Beverly against Rivers. Now Jokic. He's got 9. And Jokic slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. The 10-footer. And it's George missing. Denver leading by 7.
And the playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Rivers kicks to Morris. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And there's the pass to Millsap. That one misses. Great D that time from Leonard. Beverly dishes to George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
And some good action through the first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 11 points and 2 rebounds. And that...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the center position. Porter finds Rivers. Floats it up for Jokic. He can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
George with the ball. 6 points for him. Leonard inside. He's against Gordon. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Kawhi Leonard. Here's Rivers. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Porter trying to free himself up. Count it. Rivers has got his second basket.
Aggressive move off the dribble. You can see the confidence growing right now for Austin Rivers.
Now, here's George. To the paint. Zubac's the pass to Leonard. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
And it's the Nuggets ball. They lead by 1. Pass to Porter. And here's George. 8 points for him. Ahead. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Morris with the bucket.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Now Rivers. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he does not lack for confidence, does Austin Rivers. He plays with a huge chip on his shoulder.
A different look for Denver. Jermichael Green comes in for Bull. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Porter. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 1-point game. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. The putback, great positioning on the putback. Cousins has got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's all Boogie right there on the inside. The shot goes up. He knows where he needs to be and settles in nicely.
And the rejection by Cousins. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. And it's Denver with the rebound. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Rivers has got the ball. Pass to Jokic.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Denver making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Here's Cousins. Over Millsap. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
For Los Angeles, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
A nice shot by Rivers.
Ooh, an effortless floater from Austin Rivers.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Kennard at the tip. Rebound by JaVale McGee. The Nuggets are gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Green with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Millsap passes to Harrison. Denver passing it around. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum dishes to Jackson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Clippers lead by 1.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Rivers. Kennard with the rebound. The Clippers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Jackson doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Millsap. Here's McGee, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Here's Jackson. It'll count. Off target with that shot. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nuggets ahead. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. We've got Paul Millsap, Harrison out there with Morris. Then it's Green, and it's McGee in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Man passes to Rondo. He kicks it to Morris. Shoots over McGee. Morris, no good. Denver leading by 3. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Rebound by the Nuggets. Leonard with the steal. And the shot goes in.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
Outside Millsap. Morris outside. Back to Millsap. Passes to Harrison. Shot clock at 5. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Bol comes in for Paul Millsap. Gordon's checked in for Green. And Porter subbed in for Monte Morris. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Leonard with no one around. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
Harrison kicks the ball. The pass to Jokic, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Leonard against Gordon. Puts one up from 19, but they'll get another chance. Zubac finds Leonard. Over Porter. Here's Zubac. Pass to Leonard. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 1. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Pass to Jokic. He doesn't hit that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Back to Leonard. Over Gordon. Leonard, the pass to Cousins. Zubac with it. In the corner. George with it. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Outside Gordon. Passes it to Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside. And George kicks to Leonard. The pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Over Jokic. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Campazzo, he makes the Johnny from the left block. George with the ball. He dishes it to Leonard. 51 seconds left in the 4th quarter. No good from Cousins. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter.
One thing about Porter Jr. you talk about is consistency, and that is just not on the floor. It's about his health and availability to his team so he can show off the multi-talented game he does have. You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
George dishes to Leonard. Up again. Cousins on the follow.
Wow, Cousins brings his A game here late.
A critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside Gordon. Offline. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 6 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game. He beats Zubac.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And the Clippers call time here. Here's George, and it falls over the rim and in.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center. And as the...
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Goes up on the high post. Lillard misses. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. On the wing, George. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch. You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
And a wide open look for McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Leonard. George with the ball. Over McCollum. Misses off the left iron.
No, with the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Powell kicks to Nurkic. Back to Powell from past the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard inside. Powell on him. Leonard dishes to George. Back to Leonard. Puts up a three. And it's rebounded by Covington.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Lillard from outside. Covington kicks to Nurkic. That's a two from Powell. Goes up with it again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
He's a real menace. Nurkic is 7'1". He's difficult to guard without foul.
Portland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Patrick Beverley. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in. Now here's Rondo. Outside Leonard. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played.
And in college, Leonard was a 25% shooter from three. Boy, how times have changed.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. McCollum's got 5 points so far. Outside, George. To the inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
McCollum finds Nurkic. And a deep three from Lillard. Nice open look, but it's no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Leonard with no one around. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
McCollum against Rondo. Pass to Powell from outside the arc. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And he's good on the 3-ball. 8 points for him. Here's George. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 51 seconds left in the first. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Leonard against Nurkic. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. And it's Batum and for Marcus Morris. And Portland with a change here too. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Now here's Kanter. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. 20 seconds left to play in the first. And George kicks to Cousins. Off target from the wing.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Portland again missing. George way outside. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Man in at the 3. Here's Jackson after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Kennard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Here's Simons. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kennard's shot is off. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Clippers have possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Little in for McCollum. Jackson from long range. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
A nice shot by Simons.
And playing with a lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter, didn't shoot it well, but didn't let that discourage them, and now they're showing what they can do offensively.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
Jones, the pass to Covington. Up and in on the layup. Covington's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Now, what confidence from the rangy swing man. I mean, he knows what it takes to convert from there.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here's George. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Here's Simons. 3-point lead. Pass to Cannon. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. For Los Angeles, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since. Oh, that was something else.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Simons, the pass to Jones. Little with the ball. He's against Morris. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. Down low. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Morris has got 8 points.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Good on the bucket. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Now, here's Beverly. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Cantor. Norman Vowell comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Little. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anfernee Simons. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard from outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Morris has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. No good on the 3. Paul George with the steal. With 1 on the clock. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds. And that should...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at their center locking down the middle. Here's Lillard after the Clippers pick up 2. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket with his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now here's Leonard. 7 points in the game. Shoots the 3. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Outside, George. Six to shoot. Fires the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's George after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
McCollum right side. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
George way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Derek Jones comes in for McCollum.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Jackson passes to Kennard. Cousins trying to free himself up, and it's blocked. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. But putback, it doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Got a hand on it.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Lillard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Jackson kicks to Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Now, you got to know the scouting report on Cousins. This is where he does the most damage. So defensively, you have to scheme for it.
Now the pass to Powell. We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. Back to Lillard. Cantor inside. He's guarded by Cousins. The shot's good from Cantor. And the Trailblazers lead by 4. Here's Kennard. Outside Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Guarded by Powell. Cousins, the pass to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Powell with the steal. Here's Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now Kennard.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Anthony finds Jones. No good with the elbow jumper. Clippers trail by 6. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside Batum. Kennard against Powell. Here's Cousins. Excellent D from Cantor. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Cousins. Banked in off the glass. Cousins has got his second bucket.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
The third quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 4. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Nurkic has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Portland. And here's George. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. A 3 from McCollum. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 6th rebound on the night. Leonard looking over the floor. Basket good.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. They double team McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game.
That's a good break. I mean, it's tough to connect on those long-distance passes.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Unhindered, going all the way.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
Here's Beverly, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Little in for C.J. McCollum. Portland leading by 4. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers call time here. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Now here's Anthony. Here's Simons. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Portland, no good that time either. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Simons, the pass to Jones. Cantor kicks to Little. Back to Cantor. Rebound by the Clippers.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA. That's easy.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
Lillard with it. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Outside, George. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Covington finds Powell. Fires top of the key. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. George with the bucket.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now here's Lillard. McCollum left side. It's McCollum on the wing. Nurkic trying to get open. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Outside, George. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Portland leading by 5. Oh, Covington in position. Stolen by George. Zubac kicks to Morris. Deflects the pass. Stolen by McCollum. Covington against George. McCollum outside. Pass to Powell. McCollum against George. From deep. McCollum no good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Now here's Lillard.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Well, what you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player. And it's a wrap. Any chance they may have had for a comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
The deep 3 from George. Can't connect from long distance. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. A truly guts. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.